Welcome to a beautiful sunny beach in Florida. What's wrong with this picture? Most people are wearing beach clothes. It's hot, they want to keep cool and enjoy the sun. But not this man, right? He's wearing a woolly hat, scarf, gloves and an overcoat. And you can't see it, but he has a woolly jumper on too. How do you think he feels? Is he comfortable? How long will he survive dressed like that? Would you sleep with 3 duvets on in the middle of a hot summer? Well, that's what's happening to the Earth right now. By burning fossil fuels to create energy, we have surrounded the Earth with the gas carbon dioxide, also known as CO2. It's making the Earth too hot. We have to act quickly. For the past 100 to 200 years, humans have been burning too many fossil fuels like coal, oil and gas to create energy for heat, factories, cars and planes. Just like the man on the beach, if we don't do something to cool down soon, the Earth will end up very sick indeed. A hotter planet causes terrible side effects which are rapidly getting worse. The only way we can stop this process is by cutting our CO2 emissions and letting the atmosphere breathe again. The effects of a hotter planet are serious for us all. Many species of animals and plants cannot survive big changes in heat. Places covered in snow and ice are slowly melting. The melted water is flowing back into the sea. The sea level is rising. If you live near a river or the sea, there is a good chance that you will now experience regular flooding. The heat trapped on Earth is making weather patterns more violent as the heat distorts the airflow. Hold a piece of paper in the middle of your kitchen. It won't move much. Hold the same piece of paper over a flame and the heat will make it flap all over the place. That's why storms and hurricanes are getting bigger and more devastating, ripping up towns and communities across the world. Places that were already hot are becoming even hotter, which turns more farmland into desert. Some places like California and Australia have become so dry, deprived of rain, that each year huge areas of forest catch fire. Famous cities like Venice are flooded every year. This is what we mean when we talk about climate change. On February 19th, 2021, it was reported by CNN that 2,500 records for the lowest temperature in Texas were broken in a week. The strain on the power systems was so big as people turned on their heating that the whole system collapsed. 27 million people were having to survive in below zero temperatures with no heating. This is not normal. Texas is known for its hot climate. Stories like this are now everywhere. A prolonged drought in California killed 102 million trees in 2016. Venice had its 3 worst ever floods in 1 week in 2019. In Bangladesh last year, 1/4 of the massive country was flooded. 1.3 million homes were damaged. At the same time, Australia had wildfires which burned 46 million acres, 1.5 times the size of England. 3 billion animals died. Some species were driven to extinction. Also last year, the UK had some of its worst flooding for 20 years. In places like Worcester, Tewkesbury and Hereford, 111mm fell in 2 days, compared to an average of 50mm per month. The reason all these events have happened is the same: a hotter planet. The carbon dioxide we are creating through burning fossil fuels to create energy stopped our atmosphere from being able to breathe properly. CO2 makes up less than 1% of the atmosphere, but too much of it means that rising heat can't escape the planet. It hits the atmosphere and bounces back down. If humans do not tackle climate change, things will only get worse, and that's why people like Greta Thunberg and Sir David Attenborough are always talking about it. Many people call it the climate change emergency. All emergencies need immediate action. You call an ambulance, you call the fire brigade, and you reduce CO2 emissions. The lesson at school for Earth Day is that the only way to reduce carbon emissions is to change fuel sources. Fossil fuels, oil, coal, gas, should be replaced as soon as possible with green energy, solar, wind, hydroelectric. By reducing the fossil fuels, we truly celebrate the Earth, the only planet we can call home.